I'm going to say welcome back. In today's episode, I'm going to do some seeding of some tomatoes and peppers and a few other bits. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. A lot of content coming out, and I'm also going to show you how I grow in like old bottles. It could be anything. For instance, the bottles that I grow in is, if you go Costco, get packs of these. This is what I grow in. So let's get into it. So let's fill up some trays. After you finished that, you always got to finish off with some water. So I've got a good tip for you. So if you're going to start your seeds early indoors, anytime you buy what is it, 6-pack, 8-pack, or you go to Costco's and get water, always keep the bottles. These can come in handy. So what you want to do is get a knife and cut down the middle of the bottle, but don't cut it too deep where it opens. Have it where when you pull it back it flats back, or just like this. This is the way I do it. So it does that. So because if you put these indoors, you're going to get the heat from indoors, plus you're going to get the heat from within the bottle, because the bottle is shut. So it's like a mini greenhouse. It works out very well. So what we're going to do is get the bottle, always write what seeds are putting in what, and my tip is I write at the bottom of the bottle, because once your seeds start to germinate and get big, you can either tear this off, and if you tear this off and you've written the thing up here, you won't know obviously which one is which. So always write at the bottom of the bottle. So I'm going to get the bottle. This is my compost mix I took from the big bucket and just put it in a smaller bucket. So we're going to fill it up all the way to the top. Got overfill it a bit and then just pat it down, just like so. Like that. And I like to put a couple seeds. I like to put at least 4 in here. But you don't want to like put too many seeds within the bottle, because when they start to germinate, it'll be a problem. Especially with cucumbers, because cucumbers are very big seeds. Okay. So I've got 4 here. So what you're going to do is just get 1 seed, like so. Put 1 in each corner. Like that, and then just push it down with your finger. So it goes down at least just beyond about About 2 centimeters should be fine, and then you want to sprinkle some more on top. Just like that. And then what you want to do is water it as well, but because I've got a couple more to do, I'm going to get these all done and then I'll water it at the end. So what we're going to do now is we're going to seed up some yellow sunflowers and some red sunflowers. They're giant ones. So here's some pictures of some that I grew 2 years ago, and it brings a lot of bees to your garden. So let's So it's been about 3 weeks to a month since we seeded out some tomatoes and cucumbers and a couple other stuff. So let's see how they're doing. But before we do that, let me just tell you a story. So every year I try to grow something different or try new products. So normally I would just seed up and then put them underneath a heater or something like that. So this year I tried one of those small greenhouses to put indoors. So I bought one of those, they were good, so germinating the seeds was fine, had no problem with that. The heat used to stay the same, it was just perfect. But the problem I had was only the top 2 shells was getting light. So the problem I had with the top 2 shells was doing fine, but anything below that was basically reaching up, so they was getting very leggy. So the problem with them being leggy is you can counter it by, when you go to pot them up, is pot them further down. But I didn't want to take the risk in basically the seedlings dying. So what I did was I started all over again, but I didn't record it, so I do apologize for that. So the ones you see now are the ones that was potted later, and I've actually did pot them up. But yeah, but just in case you noticed, it's not the same, but it's still the same seeds. We're in the greenhouse now, so first thing we're going to start off with is the tray of tomatoes. So as you can see, the tomatoes are doing great. Some that's got their new leaves coming through, so soon these will need to be potted up. But as you can see, they're all doing things. There's no yellowing on the leaves, so there's no deficiencies or anything. So yeah, they're doing great. And then I've got one more tray that's in the hot box. So I made this hot box. If you haven't seen, I posted it on my Insta, so make sure you follow that because there's a bunch more content on there and updates. But I've got a tray of tomatoes in here. These ones was seeded up later, but you can see they're still coming through all right. Got a couple good ones in there. It's got a couple more that's coming through over here, but even those are doing great too. And after that, we've got a couple corns. So a couple of my corns have been planted out already. Only reason I planted them out so soon because I had they was getting very big, and I had some damage that was caused by squirrels, which is weird. I've never really had squirrels attack any of my plants, but some squirrels done some damage, so I had to plant them out. But I got a couple more in here that's left. So we got these ones, which is called Incredible F1. These are pretty good. See, they're doing nice. And I'm growing a couple more, which is called Swift. And one thing I can say about the Swift, they do germinate very quickly. But as you can see, look, these ones are the Swift, which is good. And I've got a couple melons over here that needs to be potted up, and we might actually do that in this video because I need to pot up a couple stuff, so I'll show you how to pot up. But yeah, you can see those are doing great. And also, I don't know if you can see behind me, we've got a lot of cucumbers here, so I'll just grab one of each kind. That's that one, and then we've got one more, which this one. So we've got 3 types of cucumbers I'm growing this year. So one is the market more. This is like the common one a lot of people grow. It's very nice, as you can see. It's great, and it's got another leaf coming through. This one's called Burpless. I've never grown these ones before, so I thought I'd give these a go this year, and they look very nice, to be honest. And then this one here, I've noticed they grow very small, but another one I've not grown, but I thought I'll give it a go. It's called Bush Champ. And off the rip, I've noticed the Bush Champ seedling doesn't get as large, like, because you can see a difference in size. So they'll both seed at the same time, but you can see. So they're not as large. So I don't know if these grow smaller ones, but the inside of these ones look different to the rest of them. But yeah, cucumbers are doing good too. So these are the yellow sunflowers that I seeded about a week ago. As you see, they're already coming up. As you can see, and these are the giant type. You can see they're all coming through nicely, and you can see that the green ones are the yellow ones, and you can see these ones here, they've got like a red tinge to them. That's the giant red ones, so they're doing well as well. So there's one more thing I'm going to show on camera that I didn't seed up on camera, but I've been trying to grow this for about 2 years, and I get it to the end, near enough the end result, but you never get to their full size. So it's like I always miss the last part of the growing season. So, but yeah, they're basically called cucamelon. So I'll show you a picture up here what cucamelons look like fully grown. So as you can see, they look like that. They look like a cucumber seedling, but they're really small. Like the leaves and that are really small, but they're about the size of a grape. But they're supposed to have like a cucumber flavour with like a hint of lime or something like that. So I thought I'll give this a go. I've been trying for years, but hopefully, fingers crossed, this should be the year. So what we're going to do now is some potting up, and depending on what you're growing, make sure you go up in size in pots. So for instance, I grow a lot of cucumbers, so we just use cucumbers for instance, or melons. So say for a cucumber, you always, look, if you can start adding this one here, yeah. So from that one, I'm going to go up into this pot. But sometimes you can jump pots and go into a pot like this size. For cucumbers is fine, but for stuff like chilies, I'll say this, once from that pot, you want to go up to a pot. From this one, I'd probably say you could probably get away with going up the next size up, but always try to keep going up in size, because after this one, in my cucumbers, they're going to go straight outside. So yeah, I don't know if I was waffling or not, but what you're going to do is just obviously keep to the side. So what we're going to do is, all you're going to need now is a pot, some compost, and one thing you can do, if your compost has got clumps in it, at this stage now, it doesn't matter. If you're seeding up, try to get rid of as much of those clumps or bits or stuff that hasn't broken down in the process of like decomposition. So what you want to do, I made one of these, which is pretty much just a sieve. So it's just chicken wire, and then it was just I think it was just one plank of wood cutting up, nailed, and it works perfect for sieving out your soil, your compost, sorry. So now what you want to do, and always write your tags. So what you want to do is, let's move this camera down so you can see my lovely hands. So what you want to do is, I found the best way to get your seedlings out. Some people I've seen pull them or squeeze the bottom. Every time I squeeze the bottom, sometimes it breaks apart. The best thing I found is a fork. So try to find an old fork. Don't take your family's like jewels or any of that. Just an old fork that it's always in the cupboard that never comes out. Use one of them. So what you want to do is go right down to the bottom, like so. You can see right down to the bottom, and then just slowly pull up, like so, just like that. And if you're, as you can see, like that, and if your soil, your roots hasn't come out yet, just tickle a bit at the bottom of the soil out so these bits hang out like that. And then what you do is, I've only filled up these pots halfway, so then what you want to do is just slowly place them in, hold them dead center, and just give it a little push like that. And at this stage you can add some more. The best way I've found to do it is if you hold the pot like this and put your thumb towards the right or the left side and just slowly go around it and just push down, just like so. There you go, just like that. That's pretty much it. Let's get the, oh, there we go. What is this one? This is a melon, Marlborough, just like that. Just put your tag in, like so. Do one more. And then you put in, dig down, and then slowly, just when you're doing it, just wiggle it up, like so, like that. Perfect. You can see there's a lot of roots hanging down. And get your pot, gently put it down, just like so, and then slowly just compress it a bit, like that. With your thumb, just push down, just like that. And now what you want to do is give it a heavy dose of water. But when you're giving it water, you want to be careful, because you've just planted them up. Sometimes when you water, it will bubble up, and you might basically tease the roots and that to come up. So just be gentle when you're doing it. And I think this happens a lot when you've got very fibrous compost. Oh, so as you can see, come to the end of the video. You can see, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. A lot more stuff going on. As you see, the weather's getting better now, so there'll be a lot more seeding, a lot more transplanting, all that good stuff. But for now, catch you next one.